Hello guys, what if one of Jamaican's most valuable assets isn't hidden underground, but is sitting quietly in millions of people's pockets? For years, the Jamaican passport was seen as nothing more than a document you needed to board a plane or cross a border. It rarely made headlines, and many people never thought twice about its importance. But today, something is changing. The Jamaican passport is becoming far more powerful than most people realize. It is opening doors to new countries, new careers, new educational opportunities, and new businesses possibilities. As Jamaicans continues building stronger diplomatic relationship around the world, the value of holding a Jamaican passport continues to grow. So, why are more people paying attention to it now? And could it become one of the Jamaicans' greatest hidden advantage? Let's find out. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please remember to subscribe, like, and stay tuned, because what we are about to discuss is something more powerful.
Over the last 10 years, I decided to travel the world on a Jamaican passport. I had no idea what to expect, but since then, everything has changed forever. I've visited countries where only I knew my name. I've been to countless cities, done activities, been on adventures I never thought I'd be able to do. And in all of that, I've picked up and learned a second language fluently. I have been far and wide, and throughout the years, I've been sharing what it's like traveling on my Jamaican passport. It has now become my full-time job, and we are already 58 countries in. What has changed forever, you may ask? I never thought I'd be able to do this with my Jamaican passport. I've traveled far and wide, from Asia to Africa, from South America to North America, Europe, and of course, specifically the Caribbean islands. Needless to say, traveling on a Jamaican passport is not that bad. Thanks to everyone who has been following me along the adventures so far. Stay tuned, country 59 is loading.
And not because you don't have a US visa in a Jamaican passport means that the only countries that you can go to is Panama, the DR, and Colombia. Come with the 3 countries we can easily get visa for. Hi, my name is Alicia and this is episode 3 of the Travel Blueprint, where I usually share tips, tricks, and other need-to-knows. So let's get into it. First on the list, we have Turkey. You did not say it take between 3 and 10 minutes to get a visa from Turkey. Yes, you go to their official website, www.evisa.gov.tr. You enter the required information, you pay the fee, which is typically $20, and within 3 to 10 minutes, you get the visa in your email, which you can download. Next on the list, we have Vietnam. So now this one normally takes about 3 business days. Just the same, you go to their official website. It is evisa.gov.vn. You enter the information that they require. You upload a picture as well as a copy of your passport. You pay the fee, which is usually about $25. And once it's ready, you're able to download and view that. And then last on our list, we have Egypt. This one usually takes about 5 to 7 working days. For this one, you go to their official website, create an account, enter the information that they require, and then pay the fee. Usually it is $25 for the single entry, $60 for multi-entry, and multi-entry usually grants you up to 180 days, which is 6 months roughly. Well, 6 months exactly. So my question to you now is, are any of these countries on your bucket list? Let us know in the comment and hit the follow button for more. See you next time.
We all know that the United States passport is stronger than the Jamaican passport. But here are some benefits of the Jamaican passport that the United States passport doesn't have. The Jamaican passport is a part of CARICOM, which allows you to live in 11 other countries. And 4 out of those 11 countries have the top 5 strongest passports in the Caribbean. So you could move there and gain citizenship by naturalization after living there for a few years. But those requirements differ from country to country. Over the years, the United States passport has been getting weaker while the Jamaican passport has been getting stronger. And there's 6 countries that the Jamaican passport gives you visa-free access to that the American one doesn't. And those 6 countries are Ghana, Iran, Russia, Uganda, Uzbekistan, and Venezuela.
If you'd like to travel on your Jamaican passport, then this is for you. Here are 20 countries you can visit with absolutely no visa required. Let's start off with Argentina. Jamaicans can visit Argentina for up to 30 days on each visit. I've already visited like a whole 9 times, and each time it's an absolute dream. The country country's capital, Buenos Aires, is full of life. It's actually one of my favorite cities in South America. The south of Argentina is an absolute dream. It's sheer beauty. And if you're big on wine, trust me, you're in the right place.
So the USA and Canadian embassies are taking so long with the visiting and transit visas. So let me give you 5 additional countries you can transit through without obtaining a visa. So that means if you're going there and you have just your blank passport and you're just passing through to go to another country, you won't have any challenges, so just use the airport and go. These countries include Germany, China, Turks and Caicos, Turkey, and Dubai. Even though these 5 countries require you to have a visa if you're going to leave the airport, but if you're just going into the airport to go outside to another country or destination, you do not need to obtain a visa. But if you're going through Canada, USA, UK, just to name a few, you have to obtain a visa. You have to have a valid visa in your book. All right.
Your Jamaican passport grants access to 90 plus countries visa-free via ETA or visa on arrival. Listen, Jamaicans are Jamaica no want hear these people. Them want hear about US visa only. Remember them say one country there in the world, you know. Them no want go nowhere else. I just USA depend their mind. Sorry, but me no depend that, you know. Me want go them 90 plus countries plus the 100 and add more. Me want go them. And there's no way you can just focus on one country out of 190 odd countries, 190 odd independent countries. Come on, bro. 90 plus countries Jamaica passport can't carry you know. You no want travel, you know. Oh, I just one place no want travel go. Okay, so I'm so enough right now America and I just one place no want go. Come on. There's so many places on the passport can't carry you. Start booking the ticket and travel, guys. Start booking the ticket and travel. 90 plus countries. Come on, man. Come on, Jamaica. Jamaica, stop. I know one country there in the world. I'm out.
I travel the world as a Jamaican and there are so many advice I could give, but this is my absolute favorite. Hi everyone, my name is Shay Powell from The World Up Closer. I travel the world for a living, share the experience online so you can do it too. For the last 12 years, I've been traveling on my Jamaican passport and I've been to over 50 countries. And one of the most asked questions I get is how do I travel to so many countries on just my Jamaican passport? My answer and my advice to that is start with visa-free countries. Countries that only require us to just have a passport to visit. I will share a few photos of me in visa-free countries when I just started traveling, but I just want Jamaicans traveling on a Jamaican passport to know that if you travel to visa-free countries first, you're more likely to finally get that US visa. Your passport is almost like your resume or your track record, as I like to call it. It's always good to have a travel history. When I first started traveling in 2012, these are some of the first countries I visited that I didn't need a visa for. This is me in Mexico. This is me in Chile. I also lived in Chile for a while. And yes, I speak Spanish fluently. I studied hospitality and tourism in university, and I thought it'd be a good idea to learn Spanish as an additional language. So I frequented South America a lot. This is me in Argentina. This is me in Cuba. This is me in Brazil. I could go on and on. You'd be surprised of how many places you can visit with just your Jamaican passport. And if you're wondering, you can travel through Panama to access a lot of these countries. Now, I travel the world working with different travel brands within the travel industry, and it all started because I decided to venture into the Caribbean, South and Central America from the very beginning of my travel adventures.
In this video, I will take you through how I was able to get my Jamaican passport as someone who was not born in Jamaica. So for starters, you have to apply for your citizenship. You have a parent or you have a grandparent that is Jamaican, you can qualify to apply for your citizenship. I'm coming from Canada. You can go down to the embassy on Eglinton. I am not gonna lie to y'all, I have heard nothing but horror stories about that embassy. But essentially you're gonna get your application, you're gonna take citizenship sized photos. Eventually, once you send in your application, it takes some time. Then eventually you get your citizenship. So this is my citizenship for me and my son. From when you get your citizenship, and then you can apply for your passport. I was going to Jamaica anyway, so I just got it done in Jamaica one time, but I do know people who didn't get it done in Jamaica, and that process essentially, you would go down to your Jamaican embassy and do the application and stuff there. You're gonna fill out an actual Jamaica passport application form. We're gonna take Jamaican passport pictures. The sizing is online. My sister had gotten hers done a few weeks prior to me in Jamaica, so I kind of knew what to expect. This is the size that they say on the website. However, they made her redo it and they got a bigger size like this. So for reference, this is like the one I got 2 done for my son here in Canada. I took this one to Jamaica and they said that my hair has to be behind my head. So they made me go next door, retake pictures. Heads up, there is a dress code. You can't show your shoulders to be pretty much fully like properly clothed. So just a heads up, because they will tell you, no, you can't come inside. On the application, it'll tell you everything, but you basically have to get it notarized. In Jamaica, I actually went to the passport office and paid for a 3-day pickup. So that was 11,000 Jamaican dollars, which is equivalent to about $100 Canadian. My sister did hers in a day. You can pay for the same day pickup. Yeah, that was it. I got my Jamaican passport. And then I also applied at a different office in Kingston. I went to get my TRN number, and your TRN number basically is like your tax number. Like you can basically make money, open a bank account. Big up to Jamaica, one of the most beautiful islands that exists on this planet.
So I don't think a lot of people realize this, but if you are a 2nd or 3rd gen Jamaican, so 2nd gen being that your parents were born in Jamaica, 3rd gen being that your grandparents were born in Jamaica, you are eligible to get your citizenship and your passport through descent. So having a Jamaican citizenship and passport will make your life easier if you're somebody that wants to live or even travel to Jamaica. Because once you get to the island, there's local price, so there's tourist price for starters. But also immigration is a lot easier because you're a citizen, so you don't have to go through the immigration line. You can vote once you become a citizen. You can live in Jamaica, work in Jamaica. You can have access to specific government schemes and grants. You can also buy a property in Jamaica. You can buy a property without being a citizen, but it will work better in your favor if you are a citizen. You can also take advantage of geographical arbitrage, so you can earn in your home country. So for example, I was born and raised in the UK, and I could take my pounds, and obviously the economy over here is a lot stronger. So what I would get from my money in Jamaica would be a lot more value than I would get over here in the UK. So you may be able to live the lifestyle that you want to in Jamaica whilst earning in your home country's currency. Jamaica is also part of CARICOM, so your connections to the other islands are a lot easier. So you may be able to stay and work in some of the other islands. You'll have to look into that because I don't know the specific details. There's definitely a lot of benefits to having your Jamaican passport and having dual citizenship. Even if you're not thinking of moving and you are 2nd or 3rd gen, I really encourage you to exercise that right to get your citizenship and get your passport. You never know when you may need to use it, and rather have it and not need it than need it than not have it. So you can visit the Jamaican government website to apply. More detailed information is on there. And you can do it in the UK or you can do it in Jamaica. But yeah, if you do have any questions, then leave them in the comments.
One of the world's most powerful countries has made it harder for Jamaicans and other nationals to enter. But at the same time, others have kept their doors open, not for vacation, for opportunity. And many Jamaicans don't even know it's happening. Because while one door is closing, a completely different map of the world is opening up. And it could change how Jamaicans travel, work, and build wealth. For decades, the dream was simple: America, Canada, the UK. That was the path. But changes are taking place. Jamaica's passport now grants access to roughly 86 to 91 countries without a visa. That may sound strong, but many of us have missed this. Other Caribbean countries, including Barbados and the Bahamas, offer far more access without a visa. So, on paper, Jamaica looks behind. But that's not the full story, because Jamaica is no longer chasing every door. It is targeting the right doors: high-value countries, strategic countries, future-focused countries. This is a deliberate shift, one that favors economic alignment over convenience. Instead of short-term travel freedom, Jamaica is building long-term access to places where capital moves, where technology grows, and where new partnerships can form. This is not random. This is focus and strategy. And it's quietly reshaping what it means to hold a Jamaican passport. While Jamaicans are being slowed down in traditional destinations, they are welcomed in the future of the global economy, not where the world used to be, but where it is going. Take Panama. For many Jamaicans, Panama is history. Our people helped build the canal. But today, it is something else. A business hub, a logistics powerhouse, a gateway between continents. Jamaicans can stay for up to 180 days without a visa. That's not tourism. That's positioning. It allows time to open accounts, explore investments, and build partnerships, things that can be impossible on a short trip. And increasingly, members of the diaspora are looking at Panama not just as a destination, but as a second base. Now shift to Singapore, a small island, just like Jamaica, but one that mastered trade, logistics, and efficiency. Access here is not about sightseeing. It's about exposure. Understanding how a country with limited land became one of the world's most powerful economies offers lessons Jamaica can apply, especially in ports, shipping, and digital governance. Then there's Kenya. This is where the story gets deeper. Because Kenya is rising fast. Its tech ecosystem, often called the Silicon Savannah, is attracting global attention. Mobile banking, AI development, startup growth. Jamaicans entering this space are not just visitors. They are potential collaborators in industries that are still expanding. Then South Korea, a country that transformed itself within one generation, from struggle to global leader in technology, education, and innovation. Jamaicans now have easier pathways to experience that system firsthand, especially students and creatives looking to plug into global industries. And Hong Kong, still one of the world's key financial gateways. Deals happen there. Money flows there. For Jamaican entrepreneurs, this is access to networks that were once out of reach. Closer to home, the Bahamas reinforces something just as important: regional movement, fast travel, professional exchange, financial exposure, and then Dominica, up to 6 months visa-free. That allows time for experimentation, exploration, and long-term collaboration. This is not just travel. This is mobility with purpose. Why this matters? This shift is not about vacations. It's about survival and growth. For years, Jamaica has relied heavily on migration to a few countries, and that created a system. People leave, money comes back. Remittances have supported families, communities, even entire parishes. But now, that system is under pressure. Stricter rules, longer wait times, more barriers. And that creates uncertainty, not just for individuals, but for the national economy. Because when movement slows, money slows. When families are separated, decisions are delayed. So, what happens next? The answer is already unfolding. Jamaicans are no longer just migrating. They are expanding their footprint. Entrepreneurs are exploring new markets where competition is lower and entry is easier. Students are looking toward countries investing heavily in technology and innovation. And the diaspora is beginning to diversify, reducing dependence on a single country or system. This is a shift from migration to mobility, from survival to strategy. The Jamaican passport is not getting weaker. It's being forced to evolve. And if used the right way, it could unlock a completely new kind of future. The hidden strategy. Behind the scenes, something else is happening. Jamaica is building what experts call agile diplomacy. Not chasing headlines, not chasing numbers, but building relationships that matter. Africa, Asia, Latin America, new partnerships, new corridors, new flows of trade, knowledge, and capital. And there's a deeper idea here. For years, people talked about brain drain, talented Jamaicans leaving and not coming back. But now, a different model is emerging. Skill circulation, travel, learn, return, build. The goal is no longer just to leave. It is to connect Jamaica to the world and bring that value back home. The real risk. But let's be clear, this moment is not easy. Because while new doors are opening, one of the biggest doors is tightening. In 2026, the United States introduced new restrictions affecting many countries, including Jamaica. Family migration slowed, opportunities delayed, dreams put on hold. And for scores of Jamaicans, this is personal. It's not policy, it's people. Parents waiting, children hoping, families navigating uncertainty. This is the emotional weight behind the shift. But history shows something powerful. Jamaicans adapt. We always have. And now, a new identity is forming. Not just Jamaican, not just diaspora, but global Jamaican. Someone who can move across regions, build across borders, think beyond limits. The passport didn't just gain access, it gained direction. Bonus facts. First, Jamaica's e-passport now includes biometric technology, helping meet global security standards and enabling faster processing. Second, many countries are shifting to digital travel approvals, meaning decisions are made before you even land. Third, Panama's investment pathways allow long-term residency through business and real estate, something more Jamaicans are beginning to explore. And fourth, global experts now say passport strength is tied directly to economic reputation, not just travel freedom. One door may be closing, but 7 others have already opened. The question is not whether the opportunity is there. The question is, who will take it? Please subscribe to this channel for more powerful stories that connect our past, our people, and our future.
Hello guys, welcome once again. A passport is much more than a travel document. In today's interconnected world, it represents opportunities. The stronger your passport, the easier it becomes to explore new countries and attend international conferences, start abroad, pursue business opportunities, or simply visit family and friends without unnecessary barriers. For many Jamaicans, international travel has become increasingly important, whether it's for tourism, education, employment, or entrepreneurship. The ability to move more freely creates opportunity that can transform lives. Over the years, Jamaica has continued strengthening diplomatic ties with the countries across the Caribbean and beyond. This relationship has gradually expanded travel options for Jamaican citizens and made international mobility much easier than it was. And that is something many people don't fully appreciate. One of the biggest advantages of the Jamaican passport is regional access. Through Caribbean cooperation, Jamaicans enjoy opportunities to live, work, study, and conduct business across several neighboring countries. For young professionals, this creates access to large job markets. For students, it opens doors to universities and educational exchanges. For entrepreneurship, it provides opportunity to expand business beyond Jamaican's shore. Instead of seeing only one island, many Jamaicans now have the potential to participate in much larger regional economy. That represents tremendous long-term values. Education is another area where the passport can make a real difference. Thousands of Jamaicans dreaming of studying overseas to gain new skills and experiences. Whether pursuing scholarship, university degrees, professional certification, or exchange program. International mobility often begins with the passport. Every year, students travel abroad, return home with valuable knowledge, and contribute to Jamaicans' development. Others build successful international careers while continuing to invest in their families and communities back home. The passport becomes the first step towards those life-changing opportunities. Business is another major reason why the passport is gaining importance. Modern entrepreneurs rarely limit themselves to one country. Today, businesses depend on international networking, partnerships, conferences, trade shows, and investment opportunities. The easier it is to travel, the easier it becomes to build a relationship across borders. Jamaicans entrepreneurs are increasingly participating in regional and global markets, introducing Jamaicans' products, culture, music, cuisines, and service to the world. Every new partnership creates more opportunities for economic growth. Tourism also plays an important role. As travel becomes more accessible, Jamaicans are exploring the world while proudly representing their country's culture everywhere they go. Every traveler has become an official ambassador, whether sharing Jamaican food, music, language, or hospitality. They help strengthen Jamaicans' global reputation. At the same time, returning to travelers brings home fresh ideas, new experiences, and valuable international connection. That exchange benefits everyone. Perhaps what's most exciting is that the value of passport isn't fixed forever. It grows as a country's international relationship grow. Every new diplomatic agreement, every new visa arrangement, every stronger partnership adds another layers of opportunity for citizens. Jamaica has spent decades building friendship around the world, and those efforts continue to create practical benefit for ordinary Jamaicans. While some people focus only on today's travel or access, others are looking at the bigger picture. They see the passport not just as a document, but as an investment in future possibilities. Of course, no passport alone guarantees success. Success still depends on education, determination, hard work, and taking advantage of opportunities when they appear. But having easier access to the world certainly makes those opportunities easier to reach. For many young Jamaicans growing up today, the world feels more connected than ever before. Remote work, online businesses, international educations, digital entrepreneurship, and global careers are becoming increasingly common. In that environment, mobility has become one of the most greatest assets anyone can possess. And that is why conversation about Jamaican passports are being more important. The Jamaican's passport may never receive the same attention as the country's beaches, music, athletics, or cuisine. But quietly, years after years, its value continue to grow. For millions of Jamaicans, it represents freedom. It represents possibilities. It represents connection. And perhaps, most importantly, it represents hopes for an even brighter future. So maybe the Jamaican's passport isn't just about travel document after all. Maybe it's becoming one of Jamaican's greatest hidden advantage. What do you think? Do you believe that Jamaican's passport is becoming one of the Caribbean biggest assets, or is there still more work to be done? Share your thoughts in the comment below. We would love to hear your perspective. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications for more inspiring stories about Jamaicans, the Caribbean, and the global development. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video. One love.